honestly tired, man. I'm tired. I'm confused. Like I'm so confused that confusion is not a word that will do justice to how confused I am. I'm not angry I'm not angry in the shouting sense. I'm just fed up because this was just another game that we had in our hands and we let it slip. It's Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2 at Stamford Bridge after taking the lead again. And the worst part is it's not even shocking or surprising anymore. It's not surprising. I think I'm starting to be numb. It wasn't this wasn't getting blown away. It wasn't even Aston Villa embarrassing us. It was just Chelsea opening the door and inviting troubles. And troubles definitely accepted the invitation and came in. We started the game well. We scored from Joao Pedro's goal. The crowd was up. You could feel the belief, and then we did what this Chelsea team keeps doing. We stopped playing. No, we started showing lack of killer instinct, no control of the game. There's no maturity to even manage the game. And this was all the things that Aston Villa took advantage of. They did not panic, they stayed calm and waited, and eventually they punished Chelsea. When we scored, yeah, and this is the illusion of this is how delusional I was getting during the course of the 1-0 lead. When we scored, I thought to myself that okay, this might actually be different because of the way we were playing. Maybe we've learned. Palmer was involved, good movement and good energy. We looked structured, no frantic. I mean, we're not looking frantic. The back line looked okay, and the midfield was looking very very competitive. And Enzo Maresca decided to go with the lineup of Sanchez in goal, Chaluba and Badiashile as a centre back, Rhys James at right back, Cucurella at left back, with the double pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo, with Cole Palmer playing as a 10, Joao Pedro as a striker, Garnacho on the left, and Pedro Neto on the right. And it looked like it was working. I was just very shocked to see Badiashile starting ahead of Fofana. And Enzo Maresca at the end of the game came out to say that Chelsea is having another game in 72 hours or less than 72 hours, and so he has to manage it. How about you started Fofana today and played Badiashile in the next game? Because Maresca is not even helping himself. He's saying he lacks the support of the board and all this and that. How about him sitting up and not making things too complicated? And now I'm starting to yell because he's just making it difficult for himself and making it difficult for we the fans. How about you just do the basic things well? How about not overcomplicating things? How about just using your best 11 and then find a way to supplement or find a way to go around it? The midfield looked competitive, but the show looked good and calm, and it was helping in the build-up from the back. But the problem with this Chelsea side is we confuse having the ball with controlling the game. The difference between Chelsea and Aston Villa is that Villa were never uncomfortable at any point. Chelsea did not put them in any uncomfortable situation. Even 1v1 situation that Chelsea put the wingers in, they were not even threatening enough. They were ready. They were happy to let Chelsea have the ball because they knew that we would not be able to do anything to hurt them consistently. And that's the massive issue. That's the issue that I have. That's the issue that is there. And this was the issue that Chelsea could have taken advantage of if we had gone all out to sign Semenyo. The game did not even swing because Villa were brilliant. It swung because Chelsea lost emotional and tactical control. Started rushing passes, fullbacks passing at the wrong time, midfield gaps opening again, and once Villa equalized, I felt it immediately. Anyone could have felt it. You knew that it was coming. It was only a matter of time. That sinking feeling that, here we go again, it's about to happen. And it's a mental thing. It's a mind thing. This doesn't have it's not a tactics thing because and this team needs experience. We're lacking in experience. I refuse for Chelsea to be the end of me, man. It's becoming irritating at this point. It is starting to irritate me. This is no longer, like I said, I'm not angry, I'm just confused, and I'm sad because this is what Chelsea, that used to be feared in Europe, has been reduced to by the board and the sporting directors, having spent well over nearly 2 billion, if not more. And this is the squad we have. And then in the second half, why I asked this question in the last game. Why do we only react after conceding? Why do Chelsea only play with urgency when we're in trouble? After Villa scored, suddenly the tempo went up. The pressing improved and players started demanding the ball. So why couldn't we do that when we were 1 goal ahead? Why do we need to be slapped before we wake up? Like, it is becoming a trend in this Chelsea squad. Having squandered or spent well over 2 billion. We still find ourselves in this place, in this position. And I don't care what anyone has to say, okay? Because I can't blame anyone. I can't pick out anyone to blame outrightly. This is a collective issue. Even though I've said that Maresca is not helping himself one bit, it's a collective thing. But then again, experience is so vital in this Chelsea squad, and that's what is lacking. Reece James cannot do it. Tosin is not it. What we just saw today is not coaching issue. Okay, it's leadership. It's leadership that Chelsea is lacking. The experience that the squad is lacking. This squad is obviously and painfully short of maturity, leaders, and experience. And it is starting to become, it's starting to haunt us. Games where we should be killing, games where we take the lead and we should be in cruise control, we do not see through. We lack experience. The experience needed, necessary experience needed to ride out the storm is not there. And then it will not stop these sporting directors and Benadek Valley to go for the next big thing. How about you leave the next big thing and focus on that needs urgent attention? Why are we being punished for being Chelsea fans? Because it's painful. It's really, really painful. Aston Villa, they were not as threatening, and they were not as I mean, and yet immaturity, lack of experience, and leadership cost us this today. There's no one on the pitch like Terry, like Drogba, like Lampard, like the rest keep kicking themselves in the ass, pushing themselves. It's lacking here. It's lacking. I don't even know who to call out, who to give special mention to. Palmer tried, but Villa doubled up on him and hardly gave him enough space. Once he was marked out, and the moment Palmer is not functioning in the team, you know that Chelsea's got problem. He got marked out today, and we had no plan B. He got substituted and taken off in the 71st minute, and he was pissed. I don't know, man. I don't know. We need to find a way to get Palmer on the ball more, and we need to find that get Palmer to be playing the way he played last season. That put the world at his feet, the footballing world rather. Joao Pedro worked hard, but over time the services just dried up, and it was difficult. He couldn't get. He stopped. No one saved him. It was lacking. The passes were no longer coming to him. Garnacho, Gittins, I don't know, man. These are the players. This is what we spent nearly 100 million on getting. Garnacho and Gittins. Completely inconsistent. Moments here, frustrations there. And the midfield could not even slow the game down. Enzo Fernandez and all that. And defensively, moments of lapses. Sanchez today saved Chelsea many times. He's the only one that I can say he's got the right to walk out of the field with his head high. One moment of positioning, one lack of aggression, and Chelsea is open, carved open. And that's all Villa needed. We talk about the substitution. What did the substitution do? This is the most frustrating part of it all. When Villa went ahead, what did we do differently? Who came on, and what changed? The bench doesn't scare anyone. We bring players on and hope for energy, not quality. It's just we cling on to hope, hoping that they will do something. The bench doesn't scare anyone. Estevao came on, Delap came on, but he just looked passive. And I'm not going to blame Maresca for this. And this video is not about Maresca or it's just everything as a whole. The squad is not good enough. We are back here. Early in the season, we were talking about Chelsea being in the title race, and now the gap between the third and the fourth is 10. Manchester United won their game against Newcastle and are the same point with Chelsea, with Chelsea ahead on goal difference. The squad structure is not good at all. And that's why we need experienced sporting director, not Lawrence Stewart and the other guy. You look at the Villa bench, experienced, calm. You have options that can give you what you need. And then you look at ours, you see potential youth with question marks. This loss today just fits the worrying trend where Chelsea take the lead and then fail to control the game, we concede and we start to panic and then drop points. We did that against Brentford. We did that against Sunderland. We did that against many teams that we ought to have killed and won and be in a have ourselves in better positions. It's a head scratcher, man. It's a very, very frustrating one. I don't think Maresca is clueless. He said that, and this is one of the reasons why he said he's not getting enough support from those that are above him. At the same time, Maresca is not helping himself at all. He's not helping himself. He's learning in real time, but is managing a squad that is built for the future, not now. Are we gonna continue suffering? It's very painful right now as a Chelsea fan or for a Chelsea fan, and is not being given the right tools to close games down. Because today's game wasn't just about tactic boards. It's about game intelligence. Villa had it and Chelsea lacked it. It's supposed to be at Stamford Bridge, which it was, and supposed to be to our advantage. Well, it all slipped away. Stamford Bridge was supposed to be a big factor in this, but it slipped away. At home, we lost at home. Stamford Bridge used to be intimidating, used to be relentless and ruthless, and now this team, anyone can just walk up to the bridge and take bricks and walk away with it, and no one is there to stop them. That is what the club Chelsea has been reduced to today. Like I said, um I'm just disappointed at what the club is today. I'm tired, and like I said, I'm fed up already. I'm fed up. But I'm not gonna be yelling. The team is young, and this is down to those that are building the team. But nights like this just get to remind us that we have a long way to go. Chelsea didn't lose because Villa were unbeatable. Chelsea lost because we didn't finish the job again, and that's just it. So where does this leave Chelsea? And that's the question I keep asking myself as I sit here after another night where we had something and we let it go. Like I said, Aston Villa did not even outclass us. They didn't even dominate Stamford Bridge. They didn't embarrass us. They didn't do anything outside the ordinary. They just simply did the basics better. They managed the game. They stayed patient and punished mistakes. And Chelsea are still learning how to win. How long? Because it's going to be a long ride. Are you sure Chelsea will? This, this. I'm going to put this question out there. With what you're saying now, with this current squad, do you think Chelsea would qualify for the Champions League next season? This is where the frustration comes from as a Chelsea fan. We can see the ideas that Enzo Maresca is selling to the boys. You can see the talent. You can see moments where this team looks like it's turning a corner. But football isn't about moment, yeah? It's about control. Controlling the tempo, controlling the emotions, control of the game when you are ahead. Arsenal did that today. Liverpool did that today against Wolves. Arsenal did that against Brighton. Even when Brighton were looking scary in the second half, Arsenal rode out the storm. Liverpool did the same thing. Chelsea right now do not have that. Maresca will take criticism that comes with the job, but I genuinely feel for him. I said that because when you look at the bench is nothing to write home about. You look at the lack of reliable, the lack of reliable game changers, and then you start to understand why closing matches is such a huge struggle. It's about experience. It's about balance. This is not about this. I'm not talking about the tactics right now. We're talking about the experience that the club or the team is painfully missing out, lacking. The balance is not there. How about you bring in 2, 3 experienced players that can show these boys how the game is played, how games are won, so that it's easy for them to be able to buy into it and be able to do it on a regular basis in the future. Because they will keep getting stuck this way. It's about knowing when to slow the game down and when to kill it. Villa knew how to do that. Chelsea, we're still anyway. We still remain fourth in position, but 10 points behind third, and that's just it. It's a wrap. In December, it's a wrap already for me. Now we just have to be fighting for top four. That's how bad it is. This is Chelsea. This is what Chelsea has been reduced to. Until Chelsea learn how to protect leads at home, I mean Stamford Bridge. Night like this, I expect we need to brace up and have enough shock absorber, because night like this will continue to happen and fans will keep asking themselves the same question. We go again, but yeah, this one really hurts and it's really confusing because I don't know who to blame, man. I really don't know who to blame. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like the video and share, because that's the only way you help this channel grow, and that's the only way you guys can help me feel better, because I'm really, really hurting, man. It's painful right now to be being a Chelsea fan, but I cannot give up on Chelsea. No. Anyway, like I said, we'll go again. It's not the end of the world. Now, what we need, a new expectation now is going to be, is what we should be looking at, and what should that be? Making sure that we don't miss out on qualifying for the Champions League. Anyway, if there's any other thing that comes up tomorrow, I'll be here to give you guys or share with you guys. Until then, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.